We back, baby. What were we doing here? Fishing? All the way up in the wilderness.
From idea to submission, empower students to do their best work with Grammarly's generative AI. What if they could jump?
Hi, Stavros and Eldis. I'm calling in because I'm 22 years old and I'm graduating college here pretty soon. And my ex-boyfriend broke up with me. And I'm just kind of like really doing shit on my own now. Like all my friends are moving away, whatever. All I want to know is if I should get my nipples pierced and some tattoos this summer, because I don't really have any piercings. I don't have any tattoos. I'm pretty boring, and a lot of people tell me that it's kind of irrational, that it's just because I'm not in a relationship and I'm, getting out of college. And I think I just want to do something for myself for once, and I really want like a big tattoo on my back or like my thighs, whatever. And I also really want nipple piercings. I think they're so cool. I don't know.
They are cool.
I don't think it's irrational, but
I love a
I'd
nice
love to
pierced
know
titty.
what you guys think. All right, love you guys. Bye.
I mean, look, I will say 22 and dealing with some heartbreak is not the best time to make huge decisions that are permanent, right? That's why I think a nipple piercing is kind of a nice kind of halfway point here, right? Like you get your titty pierced. That's not necessarily forever. I'm sure the titty meat grows back. I don't know exactly how it works.
You ever suck on one of them?
Yeah.
It's like a penny.
Yeah. I like it. It is nice, though. There's something fun about it.
Doesn't it feel good for them, too? It's like...
I think so.
like
It's for certain people whose titties are particular...
Stimulatable.
Stimulatable in that way.
I like it. It's a good fidget. It's like a sensory toy for me.
Yeah. It keeps you calm. Keeps you quiet while you fuck.
I'm getting that. I want to go swaddles me, and I got like a. It's like having keys.
She cuts your dick hole out. You're swaddled completely. Your dick is out. And she's sucking on it.
Yeah. She's feeding me Cheerios.
A couple times with the baby and the nurse thing. This is interesting, Benny.
They say, write what you know.
So I think the piercings are fine. I wouldn't get a humongous tattoo.
Is amazing.
I'm not telling you to not get a tattoo. If you want one, this is the time of your life where you get to make your own fucking decisions. I would just give it a second because you don't want to be lonely because your friends are moving away and you got dumped, and do something like, can you try crazy hair immediately afterwards? You know what I mean? Shit that grows back. Can you kind of midway point, nipple piercing and some bangs and color it red or whatever the fuck, maybe a smaller thigh tattoo, not a huge back tattoo. Like dip your toes in the water, do some crazy shit that allows you to kind of like act out a little bit, but that can be taken back if you end up not liking it. That's all I would say. But act out a little bit. This is also the time to be, like I almost feel like I wish I'd gotten some kind of stupid tattoo at that age, because now it feels like Well, I'm gonna get a fucking tattoo at 30, 35, 36.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want to be the 30-something that
with
like
the sleeve.
has like no tattoo or barely any. Just gets like a big
The-
Brooklyn Bridge on your
Yeah,
bicep or something. That's tough.
The divorced double sleeve when you're 47 years old. Oof, I don't want to be that guy, right?
Make a big decision. Move to Bushwick. Hit me up. I'll show you how that.
Yeah, do you want to swaddle a guy? While you hook up, you just hook up the blowjob machine to him. That's your fantasy. Is a nurse hooking up the dick suck machine to you. She doesn't even suck your dick.
One issue with the swaddle is it's like a lot of leather for like a man my size.
Yeah.
Wrap. It's like 3 cows worth of.
Yeah, that's a lot. Well, you can do synthetic. You can do a towel like a baby.
It's funny with like leather and sex because it's like then you're also getting some milk involved.
True.
All right, sorry. I'll
Well,
come
leather
back to
is
this
sticky too.
one. Sticky?
Well, just like if you're sweating on it.
Sorry. I don't mean to derail in that direction, but I'll come back to this lady.
I just assumed you were a leather guy.
I haven't. I don't know if I can afford it.
Right.
I probably could.
Swaddling is towels though. Like babies are swaddled in towels,
True.
aren't they?
True.
You could get swaddled.
I get a
bro.
blanket, dude.
We can get you in a blanket.
I got
we can get you
blanket.
in a bath sheet.
Blanket's no good. It's got to be a blankie, dude.
Were you molested?
No. Once again, you can have a variety of different fantasies.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I'm just asking.
You want to
bro.
be God,
Yeah,
a nurse,
you wanna be a baby.
or
You want to be God or a baby?
Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate sub.
Right. A
If
baby.
if God is the ultimate dom,
Being a baby's
little
the ultimate
baby's the ultimate
sub.
sub.
I guess that's true.
Or some sort of worm.
I guess a worm. Yeah. I can see you being into worm play. This is why you want to eat
Worm
bugs.
play. Yeah, getting my
Yeah, you're imagining that you're a worm getting eaten by you.
Yeah, I'm in the vor, dude.
Vor, yeah.
Want to hear a little joke for you?
Yeah.
I would put a Tinkerbell in my mouth and just gargle. Anyway, sorry.
I like that.
But yeah. I mean, do any of that stuff.
Yeah, just don't overdo it. A little moderation is key here.
This is also
Don't start with like fullback angel wings.
No. That's why I'm saying like start with the piercings and a crazy haircut. And then if you like that, get a smaller tattoo. Don't get a full back piece yet. And build up to it. See if you like, you know what I mean? And you might like it, but in the event you don't, you'll be happy you took it slow.
This also might be kind of the like maybe a psychology thing of like substitution where it's like, or you need to just like sit down and work on your feelings of loneliness and your breakup.
She definitely needs to do that.
I mean?
No, don't get me wrong. You definitely need to do that. But I'm saying you can have a little fun
Oh
too.
yeah.
you know?
Totally. But I just think that this like person seems to be like simply the thing I must do is this now as the solution.
That is how most of that stuff happens.
True.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
take it back. You need to glow up.
you
need
know,
to-
it can be fun. I mean, you're 21. It's like, now's the time to do some. But that's what we're trying to do is moderate it and be like, come on.
I didn't bring a
We're
spade.
basically like when you give fucking heroin addicts needles. You know what I mean? It's like just use a clean needle. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's like just fucking.
What's that
just-
called?
It was from The Wire. It was called or harm reduction.
Yeah,
I believe
yeah,
is
yeah.
What it's called. That's what we're trying to do with our friend here. Little harm reduction. Like, look, who amongst us, if you're a heartbroken 21-year-old, get your titties pierced, and do something fun with your appearance. I would just say don't go crazy with any. I wouldn't start with a full back piece. I would just work my way up. That's all I'm saying. But good luck out there. It's a 21 broken up with. Tough. I was actually in her shoes, and I started doing open mics. So, actually, maybe a full back tattoo is a better idea than doing open mics. No, I'm kidding. How much I did open mics is what made this woman break up with me.
Okay, now what do I need a spade? Alright, let's fucking do this again. I'll run all the way over there.
I'm a therapist who goes to therapy, and some people think that's strange. The thing is, though, therapists are human beings just like you. If you've been thinking about or know that
This footage hides the most disturbing secret. At first glance, everything looks normal as the woman in red walks through her local Walmart, buying groceries. But look closely, she is being followed. This man has been walking behind her, stalking her through many aisles, to the cash register and out the exit, before entering his car and following her out of the parking lot. The woman being followed is 81-year-old loving grandmother Lou T. Harris. And only 2 hours after this footage was recorded, Lou T. Harris was found dead in her home. After checking multiple retirement home security cameras, there appears to be footage of the same man stalking elderly women in many different outfits, blue nurse scrubs, a healthcare provider t-shirt, and even seen pretending to be a plumber. In retirement communities across Dallas, Texas, hundreds of elderly women started to die in disturbing ways, exactly like Lou T. Harris.
We were looking at 700 or more unattended deaths.
I've never seen a case of this magnitude.
The Dallas police were investigating these deaths as one-offs. They weren't looking for a serial killer.
But everything changed on March 19, 2018, when 91-year-old Mary Bartell was attacked in her retirement community. As she's rushed to the hospital, police had no idea that she just outsmarted a serial killer. The year is 2016. Mary Bartell, 91 years old, lives a peaceful life in Dallas, Texas. For the past 4 years, she has called Preston Place a luxury retirement community, her home with her beloved husband, Don. Retirement communities are supposed to offer a safe and comfortable environment, providing all the amenities of a real home in a resort-like setting, perfect for Mary and other seniors.
Safe and secure in a 16-acre gated community.
It's really nice. The people are just great.
Everybody has got such a friendly attitude.
They assured us they had never had any issues with security.
Mary and Don were happily married for 67 years until Don passed away in 2015. Though she deeply misses him, as the years go by, Mary stays active in her community, finding comfort in her close-knit family. Her routine consists of going to Mass, a daily exercise class, and spending time with her many friends.
Mary was a sweetheart. She was just right around the corner from our apartment.
But on March 19, 2018, things took a disturbing turn for the worse. At 9:26 a.m., a 911 dispatcher in Plano takes a call. On the other line, an elderly woman's voice is in a panic. She's calling from Preston Place Retirement Home.
What's the emergency? We have a neighbor that we cannot awake.
It was supposed to be like any normal day. Jackie, Mary's close friend, was on her way to pick her up for their daily exercise class, but this time, something was off. When she arrived at Mary's front door, her friend wasn't waiting outside as usual.
She noticed that the door was ajar, so she pushed it open and looked in, and she saw Mary.
Mary is lying completely motionless on her bed. Jackie rushes over to her in a panic, trying to wake her up, but she's unconscious. Quickly, Jackie calls 911 to get help for her beloved friend.
Rest her place. Is she breathing? We can't wake her up. It's on the way, okay?
As the EMTs arrive at her apartment, they check her pulse, hoping there might be a chance to save her. A police officer alerts Mary's son, John Bartell. John and the rest of the family are in a state of shock. Not only do they not know if she will survive, but they have no clue what could have happened or why. Despite being over 90 years old, Mary works out regularly, has an active social life, is quick-witted and independent, and on top of that, she doesn't have any worrisome medical history. Suddenly, and to the EMT's surprise, Mary regains consciousness. The woman lifts her hand towards the police officer on the scene and then points to her own finger, waiting for him to notice this crucial detail. Her wedding ring is gone.
Her son, John, he told me she wears that wedding ring all the time. She sleeps in it, she bathes in it. It does not leave her hand. If that wedding ring's missing, there's a problem.
But before we continue the story, we want to thank Aura for sponsoring this video. If you've ever looked for your name online, you might have stumbled upon your phone number, address, or even some contact, home and fished AI. You are their love.
Keep it cool for school with
ads on ads on ads, baby. It's the way we like it.
Packs. Contest ends October 15th, so enter now. See website for full details. And don't forget, when you're choosing dairy products, think
was out of a movie, destined to be together forever. Mary held the memories of Don closer to her than ever since his passing a few years earlier. All the Bartels know that her ring not being on her finger is extremely unusual, and so they search through her entire apartment to try and find any hint of where it could be. Not only is it nowhere to be found, but in fact, every single piece of valuable jewelry is missing. Sergeant Brian France begins to realize he's heard of something like this before.
It reminded me of the bulletin Officer Chapman had put out regarding thefts from deceased people.
Hundreds of elderly women had passed away over the years, some under suspicious circumstances, some with their belongings missing, yet their deaths were never questioned until now.
That's when I get that sinking feeling like, oh my gosh, this is serious.
Mary Bartel is rushed to the hospital, clinging to life. Her survival is uncertain, and with it, the chance to uncover the truth. As investigators anxiously wait for news on Mary, they are forced to revisit other cases that bear an eerie resemblance to hers. That's when they stumble upon the case of Helen Lee. It's
Hey,
6 months
September
earlier,
3rd.
summer 2017, only 9 miles away from Mary. 82-year-old Helen Lee has made the retirement community, Parkview Frisco, her home for the past 5 years, and has enjoyed her new life surrounded by her friends, but most importantly, her granddaughter who visits all the time.
My Grammy was the most loving,
Talia
caring,
Jack, I took all the
compassionate
scrap gold
person.
that was broke.
Helen worked as a
whereas,
seamstress for over 45 years
The
before
14.1
retiring and deciding to live in the
Mercedes-Benz
well-established
ring. Bro,
and
what
popular
the
Texas
fuck?
retirement home.
That's
90-year-old
insane,
Marilyn
dude.
Bixler is
What
another
the
resident
hell?
at Frisco, and
That's
also
so dope.
Helen's best friend. Both women love going to lunch,
What the
dinner, and
fuck?
make any excuse to spend time together. They even live in the same building, Marilyn on the first floor and Helen on the
That's
third.
sick.
The stairwell
Sean.
was constantly
My dad just
unlocked.
gave me
No
this.
video surveillance cameras whatsoever.
It's now September 1st. Helen and Marilyn are enjoying their retirement years, but within the span of just a few weeks, both women were found dead in their apartments.
Sunday, September.
Yeah, I'll show you. My dad just gave me this ring the other day. This was my great-grandfather's. It's a bunch of stuff inscribed inside of it as well. There's a bunch of stuff inscribed inside of it as well. Pretty cool. Masonic ring, you know?
3rd.
He's a
Grammy
Freemason
never
and
made it to
shit,
church, so I decided
Yeah.
to go check on her. I saw her laying in her bedroom, Kane at her side. I trusted law enforcement when they said that she probably died of a heart attack.
At first glance, their deaths are deemed not suspicious. After all, it wasn't entirely unexpected to the authorities as they were both in their late 80s, and a retirement home is not an uncommon place for residents' last moments, and so they quickly rule the deaths as natural causes, opting not to perform autopsies. After all, who would want to hurt senior citizens? But something doesn't sit right with the families. Both women were found lying perfectly straight, as if carefully positioned. They also noticed bruises on their arms, and a pair of glasses were found twisted completely backward, but no one did anything.
I asked the police, do you think someone hurt my mother? But then I was told no. She had died naturally, and someone just happened to come by and rob the jewelry off of her cold, dead body.
The night Mom died, I realized her ring's gone. And I said, who stole Mom's ring? She never took her ring off.
With new robberies continuing to pile up, local police are now forced to dig deeper. They uncover a troubling pattern. A string of elderly women over the years, all found dead under similar circumstances, all missing valuable jewelry, wedding rings, gold necklaces, even a Rolex watch. The total worth of stolen items exceeds $500,000, and the timing of the disappearances with the deaths is too coincidental to ignore. This points to something far more sinister.
Normally you have maybe 3 deaths a year at Tradition Prestonwood. Now we've got several deaths in 3.5 months with stolen jewelry. There should be alarms going everywhere.
Between 2016 and 2018, hundreds of senior citizens' deaths are now being investigated, and each of them can be traced back to only 4 luxury senior living facilities.
We were looking at somewhere probably around 700 or more unattended deaths.
For years, the retirement home management seems to do nothing about it, but the families push for answers. They get in contact with the community relations director at Tradition Prestonwood, Edmundo Sanchez, asking what happened to the jewelry. But when pressed with questions, his whole demeanor seems to change, only offering short and indifferent responses.
And he said, well, these old ladies hide stuff in their underwear drawer sometimes. He was very dismissive.
Residents decide to take action themselves and begin to put up warning posters, alerting everyone about the jewelry thefts and encouraging them to lock their doors to stay safe. The posters, however, are swiftly taken down by retirement home management, who claim they were not approved and could cause
Never
unnecessary
trust
worry
people on
and stress
RUNESCAPE
among
again.
the
Yeah,
residents.
you can't, dude.
Something
You
was
can't.
not right. The
You
community
can't. My buddy
relations
gave me a
director
Dragon Hunter
said
crossbow
it was
the other
sudden,
night, and I was
heart
thinking, like, this is the
attack.
most
She
trusting man I've
just
ever
dropped
met. Like, I'm
dead.
not gonna fuck
Finally,
around,
after
obviously,
many
but
complaints, in the fall of
it's insane.
2016,
Like,
detectives decide to look into the situation more and bring Edmundo Sanchez into the police station for questioning.
Detective Allen, badge number 7025. And I'm Edmundo G. Sanchez. My title is Community Relations Director.
What do you think has happened to the children?
The only ones that were up there that were not supervised were the paramedics. The families
Claim that their mom had jewelry and it was missing.
Miss Purdy passed away in her bedroom. I looked in and the paramedic immediately ushered me out.
Is there a staff meeting talking about growing issues about what just occurred?
You know, we're all like, no, come on, this has to stop.
The casual tone of his response alerts some of the local police. Now, getting even more suspicious, the sergeants start inquiring about surveillance footage in all the retirement homes. To their surprise, it's revealed that not only are cameras limited overall, but at Preston Place specifically, there are no cameras on the 3rd or 4th floors, meaning that almost all of the doors and exits are unmonitored.
You should have been fishing
It seems like it would
Zora
almost
scales,
be
man.
too easy for someone to slip in
I made
and out
like 20
unnoticed.
million in like 4 days.
Sergeant Davis told me something is fishy. Something about this is not right.
Should be fishing
The
Zora
police
scales.
pursue every possible lead, even questioning the paramedics on the scene,
Told you.
but without physical evidence, suspects, or anything substantial other than the missing jewelry, they
53
quickly
calls,
reach
yeah,
a
that's
dead
pretty
end.
crazy.
The paramedics, they're all cleared.
No one touched the body, it was covered up.
The case is closed, no arrests are made.
But things took a turn on March 19th, 2018, when 91-year-old Mary Bartell was rushed to the hospital. Her case mirrors the others from the past 2 years, but this time, her survival could mean answers. Answers that could finally lead the police closer to the truth.
I thought I would die. I'm not afraid to die, but I didn't die that way.
March 19th, 2018. It's a typical Monday morning at Preston Place retirement home. Mary is in her apartment, at her computer, writing an email to her children when at approximately 8:30 a.m., there's a sudden knock at her apartment door.
I heard this very insistent rapping at the door.
Mary, assuming it's probably a friend or a trusted staff member, unlocks her front door to greet the person, but as the lock clicks, a tall man pushes the door open. In a panic, Mary tries to keep it closed, but the man forcefully enters her apartment. That's when Mary notices something disturbing. The man is wearing green rubber gloves.
If you want to sell your home in a Dundas, Waterdown, Ancaster, and surrounding Hamilton area for top dollar without paying an enormous commission, doing expensive renovation, or hosting open houses, I have a fantastic opportunity for you.
Hi there.
I knew instantly when I saw those 2 green rubber gloves, my life was in grave danger. He said, "Don't fight me, lie on the bed."
He grabbed a pillow off my bed and just forcibly pushed down very hard. I felt as though I could not breathe.
The man towers over the frail 91-year-old Mary. She tries to fight back and push against him, but she's clearly outmatched. His strength and height overpower her in only seconds. In a last moment of desperation, she attempts to reach for her life alert on her neck, but her arm is pinned down. Mary passes out. Suddenly, the door creaks open. However, this time, it's actually one of Mary's friends coming to get her for their morning workout. The scene horrifies her. Her friend is motionless, unresponsive, and stuck in an unnatural position. Something is wrong with Mary. She rushes to call 911, hoping to save her in time. On the gurney, against all odds, Mary opens her eyes. In a struggling breath, she urgently gives police a full description of the man who did this to her. Detectives can now start a thorough investigation with Mary's precise description and canvass any possible witnesses, including all employees of the retirement home. They uncover multiple reports of a suspicious individual lurking on the premises with the exact same description that Mary gave.
The suspect has been seen on numerous occasions visiting the 4th floor and has stated he was there to check for pipe leaks. 5'10", 180 pound, dressed in a clean suit, carrying a satchel.
Around the same day and time as Mary's attack, a phone call was made to police after a stranger was seen loitering around his own car for hours in the retirement home parking lot. The concerned caller took note of the license plate. When police look up the car, they find out it's registered to someone with the name of Billy Chamirmir. Billy is a 46-year-old man. He perfectly matches Mary's description. He also works in the medical field, or so it seems. After looking at security footage, at first glance, he appears to be a nurse, a plumber, a maintenance worker, and everything in between. Now, detectives start to better understand his tactics. The man enters facilities thanks to random uniforms from his previous jobs and unmanned doors. Police decide to take an even closer look at him and discover more suspicious behaviors. In his criminal record, they see DUI charges, and the most alarming, Chamirmir has been arrested for trespassing a retirement home in 2016 when he pretended to be a maintenance worker to gain entry to elderly's properties. If this suspect is a killer, he is a man who has access to medicine, keys, vulnerable citizens, and could potentially have over 700 victims and is currently walking free. What police know is that he changes appearance, jobs, vehicles, and identities, making his way through 4 different retirement homes with ease without ever being caught by authorities. Tasked with the impossible job of catching someone who seemingly doesn't exist, all resources are focused on finding this man at all costs. There's a suspected serial killer on the loose. It's now March 20th, 2018, one day after Mary's attack. The suspicious vehicle from the previous day pulls into a nearby Walmart, only 5.7 miles away from Mary's apartment.
Walmart has cameras all over the place, all over the store, able to watch his conduct for hours at a time.
At 2:30 p.m., the security cameras capture Billy walking through the store. If you look closely, you'll notice that he's following one person specifically, an elderly woman dressed in red. The man mirrors her exact movements and stalks her through aisles for over 20 minutes. As the woman casually finishes her shopping and gets back in her car to go home, she doesn't notice the suspicious vehicle and the man from Walmart still following her out of the parking lot.
It is terrifying to think that you could just be going your merry own way in
Oh,
Walmart. Be
As
followed
far as I
home.
remember as a kid.
It's now 5:50 p.m. Hours later, on that same
like
day,
food
police finally
gear for
spot
barrels,
Billy's
but
vehicle.
not enough.
According to their
Yeah, you
descriptions
should've
of
been
Billy,
focusing on just
the
making
driver
money.
is a perfect match. Police tail the vehicle as it enters an
Should've been
apartment
focused on making
complex.
money.
The suspect
Should've tried
stops
to
in
get
front
your
of a
fish
dumpster, gets out of his car, and throws something unidentified inside of it. While some of the officers continue to follow him, the others go investigate the dumpster. They retrieve the items the
Should've got your
suspect
fishing
has
up to
left
87
behind
so you could
and
do
make
secret
a shocking
deals.
discovery. There's a beautiful, bright red jewelry
11.
box. It seems to have been
Sean.
broken into. Some valuables were left behind, but most importantly, they find an old name tag inside the box, along with the document. The name reads Lutie Vang Harris. Police quickly search the name and find an 81-year-old woman who lives less than 2 miles away. It's now a race against time.
There was a decision made quickly. Go to that residence and do a welfare check.
One of the neighbors
Those
asked me,
questions?
is everything okay? I said, yes, sir, we just need to check the welfare of the lady who lives here. And he said, well, she should be fine. I saw her at the post office at 4:30. Since it's in their jurisdiction, ultimately force entry into the residence.
As police rush inside the home, they're sadly too late. The body of an elderly woman is found, and she matches the description of Lutie Harris. The family members are immediately notified. Lutie Harris's granddaughter, Karen Vuong, knows something must have gone horribly wrong when one day, her dad unexpectedly picks her up from school.
My dad picked me up from the university. He immediately burst out sobbing, like, Karen, I have to tell you something. She's gorgeous, and she loved dressing up. She had a little kid
confused. I
smile.
don't understand what I'm supposed to do here.
We'll never understand or know why.
I gotta watch the video real quick. I'm sorry. Yo, Ghost, I'll take that toke here in a second. Life been lonely? Amen. You gotta make friends. That's what the point of high school is, you know? That's what the point of high school is, my guy. Okay. So we go over this way.
Why he chose her of all people. I was at the place where I was already terrified, triple checking the locks, making sure that no one was following.
Initially, Lou T. Harris's apartment showed no signs of a break-in and no details seemed suspicious, but because of the previous discovery of her jewelry box in the dumpster, the search for the suspected serial killer reaches a new level of urgency. The police, who are still following his trail, take action and finally arrest Billy Chimurmur outside his apartment complex in Dallas. All evidence points him to being the one who killed Lou T. Harris, only 1 hour before his arrest.
Sources say suspect Billy Chimurmur is being held here at the Dallas County Jail on a capital murder charge.
He is taken down to the police station and immediately put inside the interrogation room. Billy feigns his innocence and confusion when confronted with his actions and the evidence. Keeping his cool, the detective presents him with irrefutable proof of his guilt.
Chimurmur's apartment, Dallas found several cell phones, gloves, a printed out passport for an alias.
In his vehicle and in his apartment, police had found multiple pieces of jewelry belonging to previous victims and evidence linking to more than one suspicious death.
That sucks, man.
In an attempt to get more information, police go to local pawn shops and jewelry sellers, bringing a picture of Chimurmur, hoping they might recognize their prime suspect and gather even more evidence. One of the owners of Diamond and Gold Exchange immediately recognizes Chimurmur as a regular customer, appearing in security footage consistently.
He's laughing, shaking hands.
He portrayed himself as a buyer and a seller of jewelry, obtaining it legally. This was his job.
Through multiple different pawn shops, diamond stores, and even online marketplaces such as eBay, Chimurmur reportedly made over $100,000 selling jewelry. But this number is most likely much larger than the police can even fathom. It's April 2022. After the first trial for Lou T. Harris ended in a mistrial, the second attempt to bring Billy Chimurmur to justice finally begins. The trial now focuses on her murder only, despite Chimurmur's alleged involvement in at least 18 other murders.
Sorry,
the trial of Billy Chimurmur starts in just a couple of hours.
Prosecutors believe that the evidence against Chimurmur in the murder of Lou T. Harris is the strongest. She's the last victim he's accused of killing about an hour before his arrest.
Counsel, how does your client plead?
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, the jury enters the plea of not guilty.
Evil little man with his beady little eyes. There's nothing in there. There's no soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a case about stalking, smothering, and stealing.
The prosecution began its case focusing on the day before Billy Chimurmur's arrest, when he's accused of attacking 91-year-old Mary Bartell.
On the very first day, Mary Bartell's testimony is played to the court. Her words and her powerful description of what happened paint a horrific picture of the evil that she faced.
It was some of the strongest evidence we had. Miss Bartell told us exactly what he did, how he went about it.
In the courtroom, victims' families hang on Mary's every word, knowing now what their own parents and grandparents must have endured. Mary's children are incredibly proud of their mother's bravery. April 28, 2022. It takes the jury only 45 minutes of deliberation to convict Chimurmur of capital murder.
At this time, having a jury of 12 that had found you guilty of the offense of capital murder, you will suffer a sentence of life without the possibility of parole.
Lou Harris's family is relieved. Their mom and grandmother are gone, but justice has been served.
Now would get what his actions deserved.
We are incredibly relieved that justice is finally here.
We would hope that what we've gone through here, that these communities wake up and hold themselves accountable.
Families of 22 victims linked to Chimurmur have been invited back to court next week to give victim impact statements. That's where they will be allowed to address Chimurmur directly for the first time.
The judge allowed all of the victims linked to Billy Chimurmur to testify.
Fabulous big pictures of our moms for us to hold up.
My mother was Miriam Nelson. She was healthy and vibrant, kind, funny, and she loved life. She taught me to always look for the good in everyone.
And because of Mary, on October 7, 2022, Billy Chimurmur was convicted for a second time, ensuring he would never hurt anyone again. Today, Mary's legacy lives on throughout her family and through the families of all the other victims. Sadly, she died peacefully in 2020, a few days shy from her 93rd birthday. Mary is deeply missed, but her life is living proof that courage has no age. Her memory is cherished by everyone who knew her, and her heroism is an inspiration to all.
They got me set up like I'm a serial killer right now. Are you? No, I'm not. I'll pass any polygraph you throw at me. I have no reason to lie.
If you passed him pushing a grocery cart, you'd never know that inside his head he just thought about how to kill you.
My daughter.
This looks like it's just gonna give me a copyright strike, so good on that. Bro, what would I need or use for my stats for barrows? Should I use mage? I'm pretty sure you want to use mage, bro. Alright, we just gotta go like this. We just gotta.
Hello everyone, Chaos here, and welcome to another old school RuneScape video. Today, the medium western diary. For this set of tasks, you can expect to visit these locations. Feel free to pause if you would like to screenshot this map. For the level requirements, you need 37 agility, 42 cooking, 35 fire making, 46 fishing, 5 fletching, 31 hunter, 40 mining, 30 ranged, 35 wood cutting, and level 70 combat. For the item requirements, you need a teasing stick, logs,
What the fuck am I trying to do here? Western provinces. Medium. Chocolate bomb. I think I see the process here. Take an order now. I'm afraid you don't have the required training for this job. If you want to work for me, you'll have to go talk to my father. Blueberry the barman and Altu. Okay. Talk to Altu. Bartender, it's gotta be over this way. I gotta get these diaries done, man. Where the fuck's my boy Blueberry? There he is. What? Bitch, what are you talking about? Complete the delivery for the gnome restaurant. Oh my god, I'm just gonna have to watch a video on this shit. Not fucking around. We need to get these done and over with, man.
Quiet around here. I mean, do you guys even have...
Hi, and welcome to my guide how to complete the Medium Western Provinces Achievement Diary tasks. The quest requirements are one small favor, big jumpy bird hunting, eagle's beak, eyes of glovery, and also. Alright, let's complete now, which is box. Just north of the banks, near create. Okay, prepare toad crunchies for Mr. East and to the first floor next to the food shop and the banks. Let's go to that cooking sign just north of the banks. And here we should need to talk to Gianni Jr. He's located at the minigame sign just at the most western place. Let's talk to him. Yes, tell me more. I'm ready to take on a job now. And he wants us to do some gnome cooking training first. If you've already done that, then just do a gnome delivery and get done with this task. But if you've not completed these tasks, let's first go a little bit east, and now we'll need to talk to the gnome in white called Aluft Gianni Sr. Let's talk to him. I will give it a go. He will give us a handbook. Alright, let's talk to him again. Do not skip the dialogue and be sure to read what you will need to make, and apparently I need to make toad crunchies.
What was I supposed to make? Fuck. Toad crunchies.
We'll just need to make 4 different dishes for Mr. Senior over here, and then we're done with gnome cooking. Well, what you could do is read the cookbook and then just do what the guidebook says to create the required.
Toad crunchies. Alright, so the try preparing
Required dish that he wants, but what you also could do is just go to the 007 Wikia, and there it is easily written down what you need to do. So I need to use the dough on the crunch tray. They need to bake it, which is north next to Udo, gnome cooker. Okay, prepare toad crunchies.
Okay, interesting. Prepare the crunchies. Create. Cook. That final touch. Let's go.
Bake it again. Use equaleaves. Alright, once you've made your first dish, let's give this to Mr. Senior.
What am I supposed to be making here for this one, boy? Toad barada. What's homeboy supposed to be making? I didn't even look. Dimmi ma cheese and tomato bara. Cheese, tomato. Cool. back to the homeboy. Oh my fucking Jesus. Any tips for a heartburn? Yeah, you get a big spoonful of baking soda, stir it until it's dissolved in water, and drink that because it's a base, right? And it will work against the acid in your stomach. That is my suggestion to you, sir. Big spoonful of fucking baking soda and like a small little glass of water like that. Drink that back and it should work. Yes, sir. Science, bitch. It tastes like ass though. No. I fucked up. I need me a lemon. What am I making here? Pineapple punch. Okay. Pineapple punch. Pour this in an empty cup and garnish with lime chunks, pineapple chunks, and a slice of orange. Okay. Lime chunks, pineapple chunks. Bam. Slice of orange. I guess we dice it. Let's make me a wizard blizzard. Mixed cocktail, wizard blizzard. You just need to pour this in an empty cocktail glass, garnish with diced pineapple and sliced lime. Diced pineapple. Sliced lime. Pour. I'm a natural. Short green guy. Alright. You just need to pour it in and garnish with sliced lime. Let's go. Something broad. Yeah, I remember. I remember what this bitch wants. Ugh. Give me that cooking god, motherfucker. Trade no later. Read. Oh, no. I need to cook one of those cookbooks back. What? Vegetable batter. Two tomatoes, one onion, one cabbage, some dill berries. Oh, where's these berries? Spider on a stick. Vegetable, there we go. Trade cheese. Um, what the fuck? You can't cook anything. It's unfinished though. What? This ain't making no sense. What? Suck on my dick, game. What am I supposed to do with this fuck? I can't. I don't even know what to say, man. This fucking mid game bullshit is stupid. Oh my god. I'll be right back. I gotta wait for the shit to time out. What a waste. Oh, for some workout. What's up, Rock? You gotta go inside? Keep going. Keep going. Worm bada. Worm bada. Cheese, gnome spice, king worm. King worm. Where do I get the king worm? What the fuck? You can run it to 50, but why would you want to run it to 50? It's slower. It's exponentially slower. And you get more than one horde per trap. Bitch. Go up. I start at 40 on the dot. You want to make it easier on yourself? Start earlier on the chops, bro. It'll make it go quicker. You know what I mean? But I mean, play however the fuck you want. It doesn't matter. Oh, thank God I did it. We're done that shit. We're done. Because of the slower zombies? I mean, like I said, bro, do whatever you want, but I'm talking about saving, like, literally over an hour of game time, but do as you please, my dude. If you want to just, like, make it, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can stay in the war room for as long as you want. You could probably stay in the war room to around 60 if you really wanted to. You know what I mean? Gotta start stacking claymores early. Yeah, calm down. This is gonna be so far. Fuck. I'll push these roots, I think. Yeah. Find me something to hold. AKS. Damn, Sean. Going in. Okay, I'll just try and get me baked as shit. Cheers, man. Place logs over a pit. Over a pit. What do you mean over a pit? What fucking pit? Hi. Rocky, buddy. Enjoy your teeth while you got them, buddy. Go eat some of that dinner. Telling you. You're gonna want it. What fucking bit, bro? Where are my logs? My logs. I dropped my logs. Oh my good golly gosh. Rocky, hey. What's wrong?
Well, it is pretty self-explanatory. It's mainly use the dough on the crunchies, bake it half. To cut it down. Cut down 2 trees. And let's now search for some traps that we are able to lay down. And if you check your minimap, just go a little bit northeast and there you should find some 2 green splats. These are your pits. Let's lay 2 of them. If one fails, you can immediately go to the next one. Let's now use our teething stick on a nearby Larupia. Make it aggressive and let it go to a pit. It is apparently stuck. Okay, make sure it follows you. Oh, come on. Okay, take another one. How fat are you? Alright, get through here. Jump the pit. Do you follow me? Yes, you do. Alright. Jump the other pit. Do you follow me again? No? Alright. Dismantle the trap. To complete task number 11 out of 13. Buried bones, drop the Tatifa, and now we'll need to go to Castle Wars. I'm going to use my Ring of Dueling. I selected the wrong option. Let's go to the bank and let's now prepare to kill 125 Chompies. Kill them. Tell up real quick because I select to you have now 75 claim that reward, just go back to the knife. I made a crystal saw 2 and there should find. Next let's go completely grab and skip it, of course, skip it game time. A hard diary, it until sign. Then right class and let's now go to Ape Doll. To go to Ape Doll, just climb up the ladder. Let's go to the first floor or second floor of the ground 3. Let's go to Diaro. Right click on Diaro, let's travel. Let's go to Diaro. Right click on Diaro, let's travel. To the hangar, right click on Wader, travel to Ape Doll.
I have the oven on, so you know. Okay. I said I have the oven on, just so you know.
Okay. I put talking there, just so you know.
But did you just have a shower?
But I had I put the plastic all up.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
It's only about that long, and not even full that long. Like it was a little piece here and a little piece there.
Yeah. Understandably so.
Oh, I decided to take the plastic around the tub off, and some of it had stuck.
That's what I was gonna have, but never listens to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Close this fucking gate, man. Oh my god. This fucking guy. Break the fucking portal. Thank you. Holy shit. Ah, please. Alright, well, on this note, I'm going to bounce, chat. I've got things I've got to do. I'm making my dinner. Then I gotta take my dog out for a walk and give him some medicine after the fact. So, yeah. Peace.